Now, our special guest for today, she's a multi-award-winning Afro-Soul singer and guitarist who joined us exactly a year ago on this show. She's since released her fourth studio album titled Songs in the Key of Love. It's Berita.
You're something like a unicorn. I've discovered you. Traveled all the 7 seas, then I encountered you. Make me the empress of your palace. I'm enchanted by your food. Show me the entrance to your castle. All I want is you. I just wanna be yours, you're mine. I just wanna be yours, you're mine.
She's looking royal in this emerald green and, of course, a look to match such an incredible voice. This is Berita. Now head over to our social media pages. If you've got any questions for her, tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Welcome back, Siswam.
Yay! I'm so happy to be back.
No, I love seeing your face again, and not only seeing your face, but hearing that voice, and especially when you drop your new, when you've got something new up your sleeve, it just gets us all so excited, and I'm sure our viewers can agree, but it's been an entire year. You've been a busy girl.
I have been.
What have you been up to?
First of all, last year when I came here, being city baby, kiss.
Hi, boo.
Izandi Puze. And
we totally kiss God.
I don't think you can ever, as a woman, stop searching for a kiss. Hence, my new album is called Songs in the Key of Love. It's an album about celebrating love in all its forms. Self-love for myself and the love that I found in my partner and my loved ones.
Yeah, finding love, finding that affection is something that every single human can relate to. And we know that it is something that definitely resonates and touches our souls very, very deeply. You've already touched on your partner. I know a lot of men watching right now are like, oh, some men and ladies are like, darn it, I thought I was that close, but no, she is taken off the market. Good luck.
Well, I'll tell you this. My fans are called very bays because they are thandoga kakhulu emakhaya. I think it's only right. I'm feeling love in my life and I'm in myself. I'm the firstborn ekhaya, and umama has always said, "Wena kubo bonke abantwana bam uyathandeka."
Uyathandeka.
So,
that love that people.
You know, in my music, when I sing about love, when I talk about love, it's something that comes natural to me. And even with my new single, Jikizinto, Dithetha ngothando, I'm talking about that kind of love that makes you change and change everything you're doing in your life.
Has love changed you?
It has. You'll hear it in my new album.
How has your partner impacted the work that you do, not only in the writing of the lyrics, which just speak and express love, but how's the support structure and that support system that continuously feeds your soul?
Yes, I think it's very important. I'd always prayed about having a partner that was supportive in my life. As a touring musician, record label owner, I have so much up my sleeves. I don't have enough time. You're good, Jola. So I'm so blessed to have someone in my life who really supports my dreams. And what I really do focus on a lot is my music. And Songs in the Key of Love is actually my first independent album under my own record label.
And come on, girl. Exactly. You think we missed that? You have done incredible work.
Thank you.
You have decided to take it upon yourself to own the rights to your music, for you to have the say-so. Why was that so important to you? And how have you found it?
It's been 2 years. My company actually turned 2 years this weekend. On
Happy birthday!
Women's International Day. It's been 2 years of hustle, like we said off air, and persistence. I've learned a lot about leadership and having a vision. And for me, the vision has been to create an ecosystem in our industry where women feel safe.
Yeah.
So not only do I have the masters to my new album, I was also able to buy back the masters of my old albums.
Wow.
So that puts me in an incredible position to be, you know, to have and enjoy the fruits of the work that I've done. And for other women that are coming up in the industry to say, I can actually work towards this. If she can do it, I can do it. So it's kind of like rewriting this idea that's existed that, you know, women cannot own their own companies in the music business and women cannot be strong and independent and also support each other.
Absolutely. It's more about us finding ways to have that longevity in the music industry. And is this your way of making sure that you've got that staying power, that there is no record label, there is no other person other than yourself that can dictate your path?
Absolutely. For me, even in the studio, when I made songs in the key of love, I actually made songs in the key of love here in Cape Town. As friend, I handpicked musicians that I believed would understand my vision, and I brought them all the way to Strand, driving down, listening to all my music so that they could really understand which direction I was taking. And in each and every song, there's 2 songs that are fully produced by me in the album. And I have a say in the lyrics, I have a say in how the music is produced, the concepts that are in the different songs, and also the people that are featured in the album. It was important for me to feature Amanda Black, who's another strong female who released her own album late last year called Power. I also worked with Moti from Mikasa, I worked with Bongane Sex, I worked with Begezela. It was important for me to create a product that I can be behind and say, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a music producer, I'm a composer, and I also own the record label and I'm able to control where my destiny leads me.
Absolutely. The power is in your hands right now, it sounds like. And you've also been very purposeful and intentional with the collaborations that you've made. When you're looking for someone to collaborate with and work with to influence your album and bounce ideas off of, how do you go about seeking that? Because you have got some very big names in the South African music industry featuring right now.
Absolutely. For me, as a singer-songwriter, I let the music choose. I'm at that point in my life, after having worked with Babu Oliver Mtukudzi and Bahuma Segela, and having been mentored by them, I learned that music is spiritual and it's communal. So I'm at that point in my life where when I write music, I let it lead me. I let it tell me that this is who I wanted to sit with. This is where I wanted to go. And I feel like of all the albums that I've made, this is my most honest and most personal work. This is work that I can stand by and say, this is truly a representation of who I am.
Kota Peri, it's easy to say that now, but have you always been this way? You have to have an incredible amount and sense of trust. Trusting in yourself, trusting that whatever decision you make, because this is quite huge what you're doing and it's kind of unheard for right now in the South African music industry. So did you learn to trust yourself in this process? Learn to trust the music to lead you in the right place to make those bangers? Because at the end of the day, sales are what matter.
For me, I'm so grateful, and thank you for asking that question, because someone at home will be like, oh, Berita, it's great, but how do I get there?
Yeah.
I've put in 8 years of hard work. I started 8 years ago when I was a student, and I've had my few hard knocks. You know, I've paid my school fees. In terms of contracts, I've been in situations that were not favorable. But what I've always tried to do, I've always tried in each moment to, first of all, agree with myself that you've been naive. How can you do better?
Honesty.
Honesty and just that communication with the people that work with you. Because what I think young artists don't know is that, you're not an island.
Nah.
And especially, I always say it's an ecosystem. Everyone, the artists, the musicians, the producers, the record labels,
community.
The promoters, the festival owners. And what you have to do is you really have to love what you do, number one. And number two, be okay. Say, I had to, when I made this album, I'm an entrepreneur in my own music. I'm investing in myself now. I had to be okay with the fact that I might make this album and no one thinks it's great. And thankfully, that hasn't been the
case.
situation. I mean, Jikizinto, my new single, is sitting at the top of the radio monitor charts. It was actually #1.
Congratulations! That's huge. That's massive.
So along the way, I've learned to trust myself, and I've learned to take, you know, those hard knocks and learn how can I do it better next time.
Essentially, it takes 10 years to make an overnight success. But here is Berita, someone who is 8 years deep in the industry, 4th studio album on the way. You can do it too. Now, we've asked everyone on social media if they've got any questions for you.
I'm ready.
We've got a question here from Maram Chera, who asked, do you have a love for hip-hop? And if yes, which SA hip-hop artist would you love to work with? That's a very good question.
I love hip-hop. And I also love the fact that here in South Africa, there's artists that have made it into a South African blend. There's many artists I look up to. I have worked with Yanga, before Yanga Chief. And I recently did a collaboration with PH Raw. That is called Dukushota Wena, which is actually in his new album.
Wow. So you've been definitely collaborating, making sure that stepping outside of yourself, testing the boundaries. I love that. I love that. We've got another question here from Lorraine, who said, Berita, you are so talented. What was the best performance you've ever done? That's a good one as well.
Oh, well, they say you're as good as your last performance.
True.
So this past weekend, I was at the Lyric Theatre for a night of Afro-Soul with Lyra, and I was her supporting act. And that show was absolutely incredible, guys.
Stunning. Oh my God, there you are with Lyra.
Yes.
Lyra is so incredible, so talented. And it also says a lot about you standing side by side by such an icon, such a force, saying that, girl, we believe in you and we're backing you too. We've got another question from Sinesi Paul, who said, how did you become who you are today? You are so lovely, kind and beautiful.
Thank you so much. I think for me, the industry that I work in and the work that I do is so tough that I made a decision 8 years ago when I was starting out that I would never let it change me. And I remember 2 years ago, actually now 3 years ago, I really went through a turning point in my life where the relationships I had were falling apart in terms of business and in terms of personal. And that was the first time that I really had to look into myself. And for the first time, I was like, no, you are the problem. Ooh. You have to decide who you want the world to perceive you as. And then you have to project that. And that's why even in my music, there's such a positive message and a message of love, because I had to say to myself, I am a child of God and I am a child of love.
You have come such a long way. Hearing you speak speaks so much to the person you are, your creativity, the passion you have for music. So I'm looking forward to that new single that you just dropped. I'll sip a taste as we head over to commercial break. Give us a little taste of that hook. The Afternoon Express cook-along starts after the break. So get your ingredients ready and meet us in the kitchen. We'll be back after this. Jikizinto impela.